Hello, good morning, everybody. Hi, I'm Andrew LOWSUTEA president. Thank you very much joining on your very busy week to listen to our webinar. I greatly appreciate your participation. Today, we have a lot of different people. Many of them came from Hong Kong, came from United States, come from Philippines, came from Singapore, Canada. So a lot of good people coming from all over the world. And this is going to be a Chinese and English centered webinar all the time. And I notice people are really become very, very happy with the webinar. Reason is they got to gain a lot of knowledge how to better manage their diabetes or their pre-diabetic, or even without diabetes, but on the other hand, my cholesterol is high, and also my blood pressure is high, which is a sign potential leading to pre-diabetic. So today you will learn a lot of that. So I appreciate your time. Hi， 各位堂友，我係 Andrew Lau LOWSUTEA 嘅 President 啊。嗱，今日咧講座咧係好特別嘅，點解咧？因為咧好多人咧都知道咧，其實咧唔淨係前期患病者如果你總然之有糖尿病，或者你唔係糖尿病咧，前期患病者，或者你就膽固醇高，同埋你血壓高，或者你身體都想更加健康，聽講座咧係幫助你更加早啲了解。尤其是你開始有40歲人士咧，呢個係特別好嘅。咁 before I start, I would like to see whether Edwina, can you give me a 1 if you can hear me clearly and see me clearly, so that way I know everybody actually heard what I say. Or Gordon, I know you are listening in. Can you just give me a 1 on the chat box? Thank you very much. We appreciate it. So that will be really wonderful. I know that now people are actually seeing it. That's good. Excellent. So I'm going to start my webinar. 我而家現在開始咧，就開始呢個 webinar。咁大家就了解點解我今日要講呢樣嘢先。Okay. First of all, why I'm giving you this particular subject for pre-diabetic diabetes, and not necessarily pre-diabetic diabetic. Anybody actually after age 40, approach age 50, and then need to understand how to maintain the brain to be sharp. Now, a lot of people would say, I should have no problem, but they will find out by the time they reach 60, wow, problems start exhibiting. I kind of forgot what I want to say. I couldn't kick my name. And even like that, I happened to myself also, because of the fact that somehow just bang, I couldn't remember the names of the person. It just drives me nuts. But is it really this is just due to old age, or you are actually getting a dementia? Wow, that's something that you need to start identify. And how to practice something, tips to help you further enrich a memory so it won't get deteriorate. And today, I hope that will give you some of these answers. 嗱，各位朋友，今日嘅講座好特別嘅，因為我其實有好多前期患病者啦，或者糖尿患病者啦，或者係即係三高人士嘅啫，冇任何跡象嘅。但係佢話：喂，有陣時我真係唔記得嘢喎，點解咧？同埋我係咪因為呢個老咧？嗱，呢啲人士咧其實唔係好老嘅，照我所睇，佢都50零歲，但係佢就唔會記得嘢，係咪等於呢個人繼續落去嘅時候，呢位朋友會 end up 咧就係會變咗係一個真係 dementia 咧一個腦退化咧？咁呢個咧我哋係要即係大家多了解嘅。咁今日個講座咧係關於呢樣嘢。咁首先咧，我都要講講，因為依家有好多人啊，好10幾個人都係冇呢個即係嚟聽過書嘅。咁我要 catch up 一啲人咧，咁我今日會講些少咩嘢叫做糖尿病先。咁然後咧就大概5至6分鐘啦。咁然後好快脆咧就講我嘅正題嘅。So today we still have a lot of people who came in new. I don't recognize the name. I'm pretty sure they are new to our group. So I would like to at least have a chance for them to actually understand, catch up what is pre-diabetic diabetes. So they have a great understanding. Net result, they can start learning how to change the lifestyle behavior to keep themselves healthy. And that will be the most important. Now, the first thing, as you know, diabetes is a chronic disease. You don't get well, but you got to control. And how do you control? You have to control your blood sugar and make sure your A1C, and later I will explain what is A1C all about. What does that mean? has to be below 614. And matter of fact, you got it. If you have not gone up to 614, you should be actually gone down to 5.7. And I will explain why you gotta do that. But how do you do that? There are few things that you gotta do. You have to control your diet, your exercise, weight. You have to measure yourself, your weight all the time. And also really has to take away those white powder food like rice and soda water and juice. Those gotta be very limited. All these empty calories, so drinking LOWSUTEA is very helpful. 嗱，各位朋友，今日點解我要 catch up 咧？因為我哋有十幾廿人都係新嚟，我都唔 recognize 嗰啲名啦，好似未聽過書嗰啲啦。咁我哋一定要咧，希望呢啲人聽咗書之後咧，OK 原來咁嘅。咁我哋希望咧就能夠幫助佢哋咧係可以即係了解咩叫做前期患病，咩叫糖尿病啦。嗱，知道糖尿病係醫唔好嘅，你有咗糖尿病咧，你永遠都係糖尿病嘅。咁但係你只係控制，咁點控制咧？就控制血糖啦。控制血糖啫，咁你就有一個 indicator， 有一個指數咧，就叫 HbA1c。咁呢個糖指數咧係好重要嘅。如果你普通人5.7，依家我講多啲。如果你6.4咧，你就要前期患病5.7、6.4啊。咁點樣啊？過咗6.4就糖尿病噶咯，冇錯。咁所以咧，你一定係點去做到呢樣嘢，降低你血糖咧？第一個 diet 要降低啦。你個要做運動啦，要減磅啦，唔可以食好多白粉嘅東西啦，好似飯啊嘅東西啦，唔可以飲好多甜嘢啦 ，juice 啊嗰啲咧就令到你即係會啲糖好升嗰啲嘢。咁仲有一樣嘢好重要咧，就飲去糖茶，真係會幫助你降低血糖、膽固醇同埋血壓同埋排毒嘅。So everyone actually go through the 4 stages of from a healthy stage, but on the other hand, it's moving toward to pre-diabetic, eventually diabetes. 4 stage. So the first stage is always the LDL cholesterol, which is the bad cholesterol, goes up, and that result, it damage the B cell coming from the pancreas, which is supposed to take the sugar into the cells. But when B cell damage, that sugar will continue to be not going to the cells, so you less a few, and then the blood sugar will continue build up in the bloodstream. Now, when that happens, the cholesterol and the blood mix together, the blood becomes thick. And that is where the problems start occurring. Move to the next stage. Now, this is where the stage you're going to start seeing the entire body, all the vessels are forming plaques everywhere. And that result of that, your blood pressure will continue goes up now. Now, when that happens, this is the most problem for all diabetes because it plucks everywhere. It can start plucking your eye, heart, lung, brain, kidney, everywhere. So net result, your problem, if you stuck that for about 10, 15 years, now all the complications will come about. So this is the second stage, blood pressure going up. Now, on the other hand, you didn't do anything because you are still maintaining, I'm very healthy, I have nothing happened, but your blood sugar will start moving up. So the doctor, and every doctor will measure this thing called HbA1c. And what it does is the hemoglobin protein, where the amount of percentage of blood sugar attached to this hemoglobin. And it's very accurate. It's always measured 3 months. So it will give you an average understanding where you're at. Now, this percentage hemoglobin attached, so for example, if you have 5.7% attached, then you're still a normal person. But if you're over 5.7, moving to 6.4, now you become a pre-diabetic. And throughout that journey, the doctor will always measure your A1C because it's the most accurate to understand where you're at. So if you over 6.5 or 6.4 and above 6.5 and on, now you become a diabetes. Now, doctors also say, hey, I'll give you some chance to try to reverse it back. If you can reverse, you still are pre-diabetic. But you continue within 6 months to a year, depends on institution, how strict they are. You move over to 6.5 all the way to 5.7 and above, they will call you a diabetes and will give you medication. So once you got that, you know what? Your record, you'll be always a diabetes. You are not going to be a pre-diabetic anymore. And insurance can go up, the costs go up, everything will basically will think of you, treating you as a diabetic. So you don't want to go on that route because if you go on that route, it will be very expensive and also health risk. 嗱，各位堂友，因為你係新嚟啦，咁我都希望你了解有糖尿病咧係要到4個階段先到嘅。第一個階段咧好簡單啫，就係你嘅 LDL 膽固醇 LDL 膽固醇上升，咁上升咧佢就將嗰啲胰島素出嚟嘅 B cell 帶啲糖入去細胞裏邊嘅，就整壞咗佢，佢唔 work。咁越多出嚟都唔 work 嘅，咁啲糖咧就會開始上升咯喎，喺血管裏邊。咁糖加埋 LDL cholesterol 咧就弊家伙啦，啲血咧變咁好結，好結咧第二個 stage 嚟啦，就係全身咧嘅血管都塞嘅，一路係咁塞，係眼啦、心臟啦、腎啦，全部咁塞。所以10年後、20年後咧，你個問題好多出現咧，就呢個出嚟啦，係咁塞，咁你會有腦嘅問題啦、神經系統嘅問題啦。所以咧，我哋希望你咧唔會應該去呢個 stage。10年後你都能夠唔會咁塞咧，咁我哋就更加健康。但係當然你係冇任何症狀咧，繼續大食啊，又冇做運動啊，咁第3個 stage 嚟啦，咁你就變咗呢個前期患病。咁醫生咧會 measure 一樣嘢叫做 HbA1c 血化紅唔係糖化血紅蛋白嘅。咁呢個係一個 protein 嚟嘅 hemoglobin。咁佢咧就measure 有幾多個 percent 嘅糖黐喺呢個蛋白嗰度。如果你 under 5.7咧，咁你就正常人啦。但係如果你 over 5.7至到6.4咧，咁你就係前期患病咯。嗱，個問題好多人咧都唔知道，哇冇乜事啊，我又冇症狀。但係當你過咗6.4、6.5之後咧，你就變咗叫做糖尿患病者。咁醫生好多時咧話：嗱，我俾半年你睇下你可唔可以降翻低 under 6.4？如果唔係咧，我就要俾藥你食噶咯，即係去到7嗰啲會俾藥你食噶咯。同埋最弊咧，當你係前期患病嘅時候咧，你係冇藥食住，醫生只話：嗱，你唔好食咁多甜嘢啦，你係前期患病者啦。好可惜，呢樣嘢咧係冇人幫到你。有一樣嘢可以幫你嘅係飲去糖茶。咁能夠繼續幫你咧係控制血糖咧、膽固醇啦，同埋咧你血壓咧係能夠令到你咧，希望你繼續努力啦，仲要做 exercise diet 嗰啲咁嘢啊，咁你就唔會過咗呢個6.4嘅，咁你繼續保持喺呢度症狀咧。如果保持你10年、20年咧，哇！你身體最低限度唔會差喺幾遠。咁呢個係一個十分好事嘅，所以今日咧希望了解咧，咁你做啲即係你嘅生活習慣全部係改變咗喺方面嘅進展咧，咁你身體一定會健康嘅。So you might ask, what LOWSUTEA can help you? Well, LOWSUTEA basically have 2 items on it. One is called a guava leaf, which delay the absorption of sugar after it enters to the vessels. Now, then you have a bitter melon, which is really nice. Increase the insulin sensitivity, so the insulin will take back the sugar into the cells. And whenever you have excess sugar, then you will take this sugar, cholesterol, and salt, dumped it off the urine. Now, when salt come down, you know what? Your blood pressure come down. And many people took LOWSUTEA. They also found their ankle no longer swell anymore because the salt will come down. So LOWSUTEA is a very natural product. It's not a drug. It's only a tea. All you got to drink the tea. You will help you lower your blood sugar, cholesterol, blood pressure, and detox. Okay? 嗱，咁你問下咩叫去糖茶啊？去糖點有咩用啊？去糖茶好有用嘅。第一，去糖茶有2樣嘢嘅。第一樣咧係叫做番石榴葉。嗱，番石榴葉咧就幫助你咧係能夠延遲個血糖入去血管裏邊。咁第二樣嘢咧就有個苦瓜，苦瓜咧就幫助你咧將啲胰島素嘅敏感度升高，咁佢帶翻啲糖入去細胞裏邊。咁仲有咧有 extra 咗糖添啊，佢由尿同埋膽固醇同埋鹽咧就同埋呢個鹽掉咗出嚟。咁當鹽掉咗出嚟之後咧，咁當然咧你血壓就會降低嘅，同埋仲有一樣嘢，你個腳腫都會一路減退嘅。所以變咗係一個好東西。嗱，你唔飲茶之後咧， 血糖就會升翻去。So if you don't do anything, you didn't make any changes in your lifestyle and stay the same old thing over and over again, the problem is going to come out in big time. Now, remember on our stage 2, your whole body start plugging in, the vessels start stuck all over the place. Then in 10, 15 years, you're going to start affecting your brain. You're going to start getting potential stroke, loss of memory. I don't know if you have any relatives asking the same thing over and over again. It's so bothersome because the brain cannot get the message. It's all plugged up. So you're going to start losing the memory. And that's why today we'll talk a lot about that today, how you become a loss of memory. And matter of fact, now the third stage, they call it type 3 diabetes. It's called Alzheimer's disease, exactly like that. Your eye become blind, your cataract, glaucoma, your pancreas doesn't work, so don't come out with insulin. Your heart disease, 40–60% of diabetic patients get heart disease. The heart disease will get for their heart attack. The reason that vessels are plugged up. And then you can have potential big time nerve damage, not only to your brain, but to the entire body. So many of them has like GI problem, gut problem, stomach problem, constipation problem. All these come from nerve damage. And then you have high blood pressure, meaning because of the fact that your vessels are plugged up. So the vessel become hardened. And then you have high blood pressure, the vessel become damaged because it's all plugged up. And you have a blister that you cannot feel, so you're going to get infected. Eventually, your leg become gangrene. You have to cut off your leg. And then you have the kidney disease. 70% of patients get kidney disease. And many of them end up with dialysis, which is tremendous cost and tremendous cost of your health of your life. So don't go on that route. And then 30% of patients also have no sex life because of the fact they cannot feel. So they have sexual dysfunction. If you are pregnant, get gestation diabetic, yes, you got to take care of that because eventually you might be a diabetic. 嗱，如果各位朋友我咩都唔做嘅，咁點算啊？哇，咁弊啦，因為咧你會有一個問題咧，中風嘅經驗啦，你青光眼啦，有呢個白內障啦，亦都有胰島素唔出嚟啦，咁你打胰島素啦，心臟病啦，46%嘅病人係有心臟病嘅。嗱，神經系統損壞咧係一個好大問題嘅，好多人都諗唔到呢樣嘢，所以你個胃啊、腸臟啊、鼻變啊，呢全部係 nerve damage 翻嚟喎，咁變咗嚟講，你就會好多呢個麻煩嘅問題。咁仲有啦，血壓高，因為血壓高，你血管係咁塞啊嘛，叫咩？第二個 stage 嗰陣時，已經開始塞咁多年咧，呢個就會繼續損壞嘅。咁然後咧就你隻腳。譬如整親嘴又唔知道啊，咁你就發炎咗咧，又斬埋隻腳。仲有糖尿病咧個問題咧，70%嘅糖尿病者好咧就係有呢個腎病嘅問題。咁仲有啦，你有性嘅關係咧，30%係冇性嘅嘅能力嘅性個原因就係因為佢冇感覺唔到啊，佢 nerve damage 都感覺唔到。咁仲有懷孕咧者咧就要真係注重啦，因為將來咧有可能都會 end up 咧。就糖尿病嘅併發症嘅。So our company has 5 programs, like one of these programs here, basically to teach you about dieting, how to get diet, low carbs, what type of diet will be good for you. And along we just continue give you, and you can look it up on our website with all sort of stuff to help you understand. And then you can drink LOWSUTEA 6 to 8 cup a day to help you continue to lower blood sugar. And then you can also exercise, weight control with the program again, teach you how to control your weight. And we'll adopt the webinar practically every week to help you to better understand and measure your blood sugar so you can able to continue to track where you're at. Hopefully with this, we can able to bring your A1C from 10% all the way to 5.7%, so you can be healthy. 各位同學，其實我哋公司咧有5個 program 嘅，第一個 program 咧就係關於呢個係飲食方面啦 ，diet 啦，第二就係點樣去運動啊，同埋磅數控制啊。咁每個禮拜我都有一堂咧上嚟教你不同嘅節目嘅。咁當然喺我哋 website 嗰度咧，亦都有好多嘅節目咧係幫助你去聽呢樣東西咧。咁你撳落去就可以睇到噶啦。咁仲有咧，我仲有個即係點嚟 check 個血糖嘅問題啦。 咁其實最重要咧，你就係由個 A1C 咧就減由10以上都好啦，我減翻咗5.7，就 normal 嘅 blood sugar。咁我哋希望咧就係做到呢樣嘢。Okay, so everybody has now had an update what is actually, diabetes and what is pre-diabetic. So now we'll talk about the main subject. Well, I'm a diabetes now, or I'm a pre-diabetic. Hey, I noticed there's some change, but is it I'm a dementia, or is it I am really just typical aging? Now, I can tell you that everybody will sense as we go older, they will say, gee, I can't remember a certain thing. And yes, you're right. Everybody will have that coming. But the severity, then you got to understand how that changes will make it in such a way that, wow, this is truly dementia. Now, certainly a lot of people say, hey, I forgot my keys. And I cannot remember a certain word, even names, for example. And then you just forgot what you said. Well, with that, is that really dementia? Or you just, aging? Now, so dementia means that you are not able to remember, you cannot make decisions, and many of those daily activities actually are being affected. So, this webinar will give you a pretty good understanding tips to understand, are you a dementia or you are just typical aging? So it's a very good webinar today to give you some tips, and also tips to help you to continue to maintain your mental health. And that's where it's so important. 嗱，各位朋友，首先講咗咧，好多人就話：喂，我老喎，咁我唔記得咗，我係糖尿病啊，我前慢病啊，咁我唔記得嘢，係咪我已經係叫腦退化症咧？或者我真係只係只係老人家就只係唔記得嘢咧？咁其實咧係有好大嘅唔同嘅。咁譬如我成日唔記得條鎖匙喺邊度啊，或者講下又唔記得我講乜啊，咁呢啲未必係住。但係我會教啲症狀俾你咧。如果個人係淨係記唔到嘢啦，亦都做唔到決定嘅東西啦，同埋好亂啦，咁呢個可能係個症狀，應該會俾你嘅。咁今日所有嘅 tips 咧就教你能夠令到咧你維持現狀，唔會退化。So the good news is that if you're pre-diabetic or diabetic, you are able to prevent dementia and keep your brain to be continually sharp instead of continue to decline. That is a really good news, because a lot of people say, wow, hey, I'm old already. Would I be end up, really get worse? Okay. Now, on the other hand, let's be real. If you are pre-diabetic diabetes, first of all, to keep your brain sharp, you have to actually control your blood sugar. And also you have to control your cholesterol and blood pressure, because all that will be affect you. But one thing, very important, you do have to have a good blood sugar level. And then with that, to do that, you have to have proper dieting, exercising, weight control, instead of really obese, like big pound. And on top of that, you can balance your mood and basically, keep the energy, make sure that you're in positive instead of moving all the way down to the third stage nowadays, a lot of people call Alzheimer's disease, type 3 diabetes, okay? So keep your mood positive has become very important. We have, don't give yourself always negative energy. So that has become a very important. Matter of fact, a doctor was talking to me the other day. He said a lot of the old folks become old, then they become lonely, they become negative, they just stay home, don't do anything, they don't exercise, they did the same old, diet is the same, don't change, health are continue to deteriorate, hair become whiter and whiter, and they become weaker and weaker. And if you, on the other hand, you turn it around by, I'm good, strong, I walk around, I see things, become positive, the health to person can be very, very different. OK 嗱，仲有一樣嘢咧係一個好消息。如果你係前期患病或者你糖尿病患病者，其實咧你可以令到你個腦筋咧係繼續咩啊？哇！繼續係好健康同埋唔會退化嘅。咁所以咧變咗嚟講咧，你就係能夠，如果你係將你自己嘅血糖係控制到，咁點控制啊？咁當然啦，你要喺你嘅 dieting， 即係唔好食咁多 carb 即係碳水化合物東西啦，你要做 exercise 啦，仲要你個磅數要控制同最好繼續減磅啦 ，instead of 要整加磅啦，好多老人家係加磅嘅，唔係減磅嘅。咁同埋仲有咧，你個 mood 即係你個情緒上咧，能夠俾正能量俾你，繼續係 positive 嘅。咁你咧變咗咧，你年齡嘅就算老啲咧，你都唔會有呢個腦退化症嘅跡象出現嘅。嗱，如果你有呢樣嘢嘅時候咧，一路咁落去咧，如果你做呢啲做唔好啦，繼續係咩都唔做啊，咁好多時咧，依家最弊咧，如果糖尿患病者，你就會去咗第3種嘅糖尿病，叫 Alzheimer disease。咁呢個咧就好弊㗎啦 ，OK， 有好多嘢都好唔掂嘅。咁所以咧，我唔想你去呢個位置啦，就希望你咧幫助你繼續係行喺 pre-diabetic 或者更加健康方面。你係可以跌翻落嚟㗎，記住啊，因為好多堂友我係做緊呢樣嘢，佢係做緊嘢，係可以好開心咧，係可以跌翻落去 A1C 跌低個6.4嘅 ，OK， 咁呢個係見咗好多個啦，咁就好開心有呢個嘅。So keep that in mind. A lot of people who are diabetic or pre-diabetic, the good news is they can 即係好多朋友咧，如果你係 pre-diabetic diabetes 咧，佢係能夠控制到咧唔會腦退化嘅。咁點做呢樣嘢咧？最緊要食材方面啦，要做 exercise、weight control 啊啲全部有晒喺度啦。咁同埋咧最緊要咧係佢哋要個心靈咧要好健康嗰種。如果唔係咧，佢即係個腦唔係咁即係好 mood down 啊，咩都唔做咧，咁佢第時咧就變咗 Alzheimer disease 就好弊家伙啦。So you could, and I saw so many people, if they can able to control the diet, exercise, and weight control, lower the blood sugar, I saw them. They are A1C from 10 high down to 6, and they're healthy. And they don't look that old. That's the key. And that was wonderful. Now, a lot of people ask, well, is dementia part of old age? I can tell you, dementia is not part of normal aging. I have met many, many elder living the life without developed dementia because I play with a lot of old folks, 90-something years old, playing golf, and they beat me, and then they talk about all the good stuff, the experience they have. I said, I'm amazing. This guy is 94 years old, and he still remember all the stuff that he does. And they no have dementia. They live the whole life. The reason is that one is their good health, you know, dieting, exercise, golf, playing golf all day long, and so forth and so forth. But the lifestyle is very different. You can see this guy. Now, on the other hand, normal aging, only thing they will have really definitely will happen is sometimes that weaker muscles, weaker bones, and artery and vessels. That can be normal. But if you exercise, you know what? Your muscles still become better, stronger, and bones become better. And then your artery and vessels also better. So really, at the end of the day, if you are old age, you will not be a dementia, but you can able to maintain your memory to be sharp. Now, on the other hand, not everybody can do that. You have some age-related memory changes, some. And usually, suddenly, I cannot find the right word for, you know, something I can't remember. I want to say this, but I couldn't remember the word. That's commonly happen. And then you cannot remember some names of some acquaintance. Now, that has also happened. Not even old age, young age is also happen, right? So you also forgot some of the very recent events. Just have I know I saw this, I did this, but you cannot remember where. Now, this can be just normal aging memory differences. But the most important that you can remember is all your knowledge, what you've done for years, like if you're accounting, you still not do your accounting work, your experience and your language and your old memories years ago, what you have done, will never lost. You can remember that. So that is the distinct difference of you being just old age and dementia. Okay, so you gotta understand, you see this, then hey, I'm not dementia. Okay, so I will make sure go through what is the dementia will be later on for you to understand. 嗱，各位朋友，腦退化係一個普通人咧，係咪個人都有嘅咧？或者淨係有啲特別嘅人會腦退化咧？咁其實咧，原來腦退化症咧就唔係個個老人家有嘅，其實只係一啲人真係會腦退化啦。咁但係如果你個老人家如果係老啦，咁多數情況咧就係佢哋嘅肌肉咧就開始唔係咁好啦，好軟弱啦，佢骨骼啊，其他又好脆弱啦，同埋喺毒血管啊又開始硬化啦。咁呢啲係正常嘅。嗱，但係如果你有 exercise， 我食嘢 OK， 要食個 low carb diet， 樣樣即係保持身體健康。當你94歲，你覺得咧，第一我骨節都好正喎，我 muscle 都好正，因為我有94歲嘅 golfer 同我打 golf 嘅時候咧，哇呢個人似50歲喎。原來佢就係因為好多運動，食嘢好，減嘅重磅唔高，即係佢磅數唔高，咁令到身體真係好健康嘅。咁佢哋咧係保持到唔會腦退化，仲有咧係亦都身體個骨骼啊，全部係正東西嚟嘅。OK， 咁同埋仲有一樣嘢咧，原來每個人都可能咧有啲人咧係唔係叫腦退化症，但係佢只係老啦，係有啲嘢唔記得，好似有時講嘢，我唔記得嗰個字係乜嘢喎，或者個人個名，譬如話一個普通朋友見過幾次，見過一兩次，我唔記得個名，其實呢啲好多時都有嘅。咁呢啲唔係腦退化症。同埋咧，亦都有陣時一個 event 做咗之後，死咯，唔知嗰個去咗邊度咧。咁呢個咧亦都唔係嘅，因為仲有一個好 important 嘅唔同咧，就係第一，如果你嘅經驗同埋你讀書嘅東西、工作嘅東西，呢啲咧你唔會唔記得嘅，要係一定喺翻度嘅。同埋仲有你講嘅嘢，亦都唔會唔記得嘅。同埋好舊陣時嗰啲記憶咧嘅知識啊，或者你嘅舊陣時即係做過嘅東西咧，呢啲諗得翻嚟嘅。咁呢個咧就一定唔係腦退化症，所以呢個係一個好 important 嘅 distinction 啊，一定好唔同嘅分別到出嚟嘅。Okay, but on the other hand, if you have a sign and symptom of dementia, what would that be? Okay, importantly is one, you definitely have memory loss, and you have a difficulty of communicating, and you have difficulty also get attention. Okay, focus to do things, and you were not able to do reasoning, judging, problem solving. You basically has a lot of mixed up. And on top of that, because of mixing up, you start doing a lot of doubt and a lot of suspicions for others. Now, I don't know, you have servant or maid around, and the old lady or old man will accuse this maid, oh, you start stealing my stuff, or you're taking all my stuff. The reason is because they really can't get the rationing anymore. If they miss something, they really right away suspect, well, you still stole my stuff. And a lot of the elderly have that problem. On top of that, they start getting really dementia. So they're getting change of vision. They can see well. They say outside things are real dark. On top of that, they get lost in the neighborhood. They walk outside. They don't know where they are. They not only that, they start losing words of something that they're very familiar. For example, I like the flower vase. They will forget that. I don't know what that is. And they also forget the close relative family names and friends, including their own children, which they see all the time. So that is really sad because that is a sign of dementia. And they forgot all the old memories. Now, dementia is something that you got to pay attention to. If they see that, you got to bring them to the doctor. And later on, I tell you, give an example. Why is that? So this is the major difference of just typical old age. Earlier, I told you, you can remember language, and you can remember work experience. This one is very different. You forgot most of it. And then you can't tell. And you are so mixed up. And whereby now you really need medical attention. Okay? 嗱，各位朋友，頭先我講過咧，如果你係普通老人家唔記得嘢嗰啲咧，你所有嘅知識啊，譬如我近成日做 accounting 嘅，你仲可以記得晒啲嘢嘅，講嘢都 OK 嘅，你亦都知道要做啲咩，要解決之類嘅。但係當你係有腦退化症嘅症狀嘅時候咧，咁你就真係唔記得記憶喎，你係溝通唔到喎，仲有咧注意力就冇晒㗎咯喎，仲有咧，你亦都唔知道點判斷同埋解決問題喎，你只係好咧，我 suspicion 好多唔同嘅嘢。咁仲有咧，你睇嘅嘢咧，亦都好蒙查查嘅，有陣時候見到好似好黑咁嘅，咁你可能好驚喎，因為你已經睇唔到有好黑，咁你嘅 vision 都轉埋嘅，可能有兩個人出現嘅。咁同埋仲有一樣咧，你出咗街咧，你其實已經唔記得你點翻屋企喎。仲有咧，你好多係嘢能夠你自己記得呢個花樽啊，你唔記得呢個花樽叫咩嘅 ？OK， 咁仲埋咧，你可以有親戚朋友或者仔女，連個名都唔記得埋。咁同埋咧，舊陣時發生嘅東西你都記得咗啦。咁呢個咧就真正係腦退化症。咁呢啲咧，你要快快去睇醫生啦，要幫手嘅，唔會好嘅嚇，記住啊。So if you have pre-diabetic or diabetes, or your cholesterol start going up, so how can I can keep my brain to be sharp? And we're going to give you some very good tips. 嗱，各位朋友，如果我哋已經係前期患病者或者糖尿患病者，咁我點能夠令到我個腦更加係靈活，唔會好似變咗腦退化症咧？嗱，第一。So first thing you have to do is control your blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure level. So that is so important. First tip, you got to control your blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure. Now, the reason why is high blood sugar, high cholesterol, high blood pressure actually increase what happened? Your heart disease. Your heart, when you have 3 high, your heart disease will continue to potential at risk. And then the second thing, you have risk of what? Stroke risk. But both actually can be a problem for you to have severe memory loss and then or dementia. Because when you have a stroke, you can have total memory loss. You could have don't remember, and your dementia come right next to it. So that is something that you want to control. That 3 high, you limit that risk. And then the study shows also you have high, healthy blood sugar, healthy cholesterol, and healthy blood pressure. You have also better weight usually, and then your brain function, so-called cognitive function, are getting better. So that is really all the studies show. Wow, you have also 3 high, no longer 3 high, normal, good blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure. Your brain function are usually better. Now, certainly, drinking LOWSUTEA definitely will help you to lower your blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure. So if you can continue to do that, you are, in a sense, put yourself in a better health category and position yourself to be continue healthy throughout your life as you get older. Wow, isn't that great? So you don't get deteriorated anymore. Okay? 嗱，各位同學。今日我開始講嘅 tips 咧，點能夠令到你個腦筋更加清晰，更加係記得嘢，係精靈嘅。咁呢個第一樣嘢咧，就要控制你嘅血糖、膽固醇同埋你嘅血壓。嗱，因為咧，如果你係血壓高，同埋膽固醇高，同埋你血糖高，呢樣嘢咧，全部令到你個心臟有風險，因為你嘅心臟風險咧，同埋你有機會係中風咧， 咁你就弊家伙啦，因為呢兩樣做咗之後咧，你係可能中風 for example 啦，你係全部唔記得嘢喎，咁你亦都可能夠令到兩個咧俾你一個嚴重嘅腦退化症喎，係咪我哋應該係想做呢樣咧？梗唔係啦，希望各位就係盡量幫手控制血糖、膽固醇同埋血壓，係咪？咁當你做到呢樣嘢嘅時候咧，原來喺好多呢個研究上咧睇到，哇！如果你有三樣嘢都冇三高嘅，咁多數咧你個腦咧係個認知能力咧係更加好嘅，即係變咗腦係 sharp 好多嘅喎。咁你梗係想腦 sharp，唔係腦唔 sharp 㗎啦。咁希望大家都繼續努力去爭取呢樣嘢。咁點爭取啊？哇！原來飲去糖茶係幫助你降低血糖、膽固醇同埋呢個血壓嘅。咁係咪繼續飲佢咧？能夠幫助呢樣咧？咁當然啦，你亦都要繼續喺你個 diet 上有進展啊 ，exercise 啊，繼續幫手。但係第一樣嘢有去糖茶已經有幫助你啦。Now, next step is your exercise regularly. We talk about exercise regularly is all the time. Wow, actually, I find my friend, 94 years old, playing golf with me and beat me because he exercised regularly. Every day he play golf. Now, certainly he still walk around and he's not walking that fast, but his exercise help him maintain the blood flow to the brain. Lots, because every time you go swing, you walk, it still contribute, go blood flow everywhere, and also get your muscle become stronger, your bone becomes stronger, and that result, your blood pressure will come down. So regular exercise actually maintain better blood flow to the brain, lower your risk of high blood pressure. So when you're less high blood pressure, no high blood pressure, then you have actually less signs of dementia. If you are nervous, I don't even remember, when you are at work, at least, I'm stressed and nervous, blood pressure part going up. You know, at some time, you just can't remember those things because you're nervous. I can't remember. So those are kind of short-term, not truly dementia, but you just don't remember because of high blood pressure, okay? So study shows that if you are elderly, and if you can able to have the blood pressure control and continue exercise, you know what? Potentially, you delay 1/3 of the world dementia. 1/3. The people that support dementia no longer have 1/3. It's a lot of people. And that's the study shows. So keep doing exercise. It's okay. Walk 10,000 steps. No problem. You don't have to do aggressive exercise, just walking and maybe occasion with some weight bearing to do that. That will be perfect. So do exercise and will help you to actually decrease the chance of dementia. So that's tip second. 各位堂友，記住，經常有規律性去做運動咧，原來幫到你咧係降低你個腦退化症嘅 potential 腦樣出現喎。點解咧？因為當你係 exercise 嘅時候咧，你血咧管咧係去到邊度啊？就幫助你咧全身咧繼續係上升你血，咁變咗嚟講咧，你就會將個腦啊唔會有啲血管咧係block 你血管啦，咁繼續咧係當你 exercise 嘅時候咧，你啲血去到腦嗰度啦，咁然後咧就因為 exercise 亦都降低咗你嘅血壓嘅。當你降低血壓咧，咁你亦都降低咗你個 risk of 呢個 dementia， 咁啊好正係咪？降低 risk of dementia 喎。咁同埋咧，仲有咧，當你係有 regular exercise 嘅時候咧，你有個 active lifestyle 咧，咁其實咧喺 study 嗰度睇到咧，佢話1/3嘅人士咧，全世界都冇咗呢個 dementia， 咁啊幾正喎，係咪？咁所以變咗嚟講咧 ，regular exercise 對你講咧，腦退化症係防止係好緊要嘅。So we talk about exercise, now we talk about diet, okay? So if you have proper diet, for example, not to have high saturated fat diet, because this high saturated fat diet will basically impact your memory and brain function. Like, for example, a lot of red meat, a lot of butter, a lot of pastry, a lot of sweet, a lot of French fried food. All that will actually impact your memory and also your brain function. So try to stay away from that, okay? So what is good for you then? You have to eat good nutrition diet like vitamin E, B, omega-3, which is all these stuff will improve your cognitive function, your brain function, help you. So what that means? Meaning that you have to have green leafy vegetable, a lot of vegetable. And I say every day you add about half plate are all vegetable, a lot of berries. You can have seafoods like shrimp and all that is good. Fish, actually is good with fish, a lot more fish, a lot of good protein. Use olive oil, which give you healthy fat. And also don't get olive butter, for example. And good to have omega, a lot of fish will give you omega-3, for example. Low-fat dairy, and also whole grain, lean meat. All these are good, healthy diet for you. So these are the good stuff that you gotta take every day. Now, if you get older, you really have good diet, will be wonderful for you. And you can still enjoy all kind of food, even not diabetic. No problem, because all the green leaves, vegetable, berries, fish, all those stuff might not necessarily increase your blood sugar, but give you a lot of good protein and fibers, whole grain, good stuff give you, so you can able to better yourself throughout this good diet. And that result, you lower your carb, lower blood sugar. And so good healthy diet is extremely important for you. 嗱，各位朋友，第三個 tips 咧就係最好咧，你要食健康嘅飲食。咩叫健康飲食啊？嗱，好多人唔知道原來咧，你日去麥當勞食咧，有好多紅肉啊、hamburger 啊，又有牛油啊，去食好多 croissant 啊、甜嘅 dessert 啊，哇 French fry 啊、薯條啊，哇嗰啲咧就全部係有 saturated fat，能夠令到你咧第時咧係會真係 memory loss 嘅，或者係對你個腦唔係咁正仔。呢啲全部有 studies show 晒咗出嚟㗎啦。咁你應該點做咧？咁你一定要愛啲嘢咧係要有含好多維他命 E 啦、B 啦或者 omega-3嘅東西啦。咁梗係點食啊？咁呢梗係有魚啦、有菜啦，我咪講咗俾你聽，一半全部係菜，其他4分1就係你嘅魚或者瘦肉，同埋其他咧就好多whole grain 嘅谷米啊嗰啲東西。咁你變咗係一個健康食品咧，咁其實咧你就會真係幫助你咧係100% 咧令到健康嘅。如果你食好多紅肉又 butter 又好多即係甜嘅東西咧，冇意思啦。呢個咧係真係會對你身體會係繼續損壞，能夠你唔記得嘢。因為 study 話咧，如果你有呢啲好嘅 nutrition 咧，其實你個 brain function 係好啲嘅，即係你腦嘅認知能力咧係更加 OK 啲嘅，更加好啲嘅。So another the fourth tip is that in order to actually continue to get your brain working, you have to stimulate. It's like muscles, you know, you have to continue to stimulate your brain. If not, it won't work, okay? If you sit there all day long, don't do anything, or you do look outside the window, I can assure you, you will be not stimulated. So you need to do something mentally stimulated with for example, mentally stimulated job. Keep your mind active, learning new skills. So that way you will not contribute to your aging brains that are not stimulated. Okay. So what kind of stimulate activities that you can learn? For example, learn a new game. If you don't know how to play mahjong, learn how to play mahjong. Learn how to play cards. Learn how to play chess. Or you have new skills, computer. Then you can learn about new technology, how to work certain program in the computer. All these things engaging you. You have to use your brain. Matter of fact, a lot of people now find computer is very helpful. Math game, a program, just a game. And then on the hand, they will get you to learn how to add numbers. Just simple thing, but it works. Stimulate your brain to work. So get some of those stuff for you. I have a friend who parents are all old. So they gave both parents a iPad, and they have all kind of games in there. And parents, I thought that, Well, the kid, my friend was saying they thought the parents might not really do it, but end up both parents are very good. They challenge each other on the iPad. So really good. So now they got something to do, stimulate the brain, enjoy. And then now they're using the iPad challenge what? The grandkids. Wow, how nice. Also engaging each other. So really cool. So keep doing this. Mentally stimulate your job, stimulate your brain using new skill, learning and so forth. Okay? There's all kinds of way. 嗱，你要繼續咧係刺激你個腦去做嘢嘅。咁點刺激啊？哇！如果你喺度唔喐嘅話，我望住個窗，日日都望個窗，好似等死啊！咁你個腦咧就未必係正仔啦。咁但係咧好重要咧，點樣能夠做到呢樣嘢咧？嗱 ，for example 啦，我如果唔識打麻雀，學打麻雀咯，或者玩 chess game 啊。咁我有朋友好特別咧，佢就買咗兩個 iPad 俾佢爸爸媽媽嘅。咁兩公婆就喺度可以玩啦。咁佢哋都以為未必可以做到喎，但係玩玩下覺得好得意喎。咁依家咧就計埋啲孫啊孫女一齊去玩，咁又好開心。咁但係咧呢啲嘢咧係即係能夠令到佢兩個咧個腦筋咧都繼續係好好發展嘅，就唔會係即係坐喺度唔喐，就變咗咧 end up 咧就真係變咗腦退化。Okay. And also another thing very important, we're a social animal. You have to really increase your social engagement. Now, I think it's so important. You have to have friends, relatives. I know your age now. You might say, I can't go out. I don't know how to go out or whatever. Well, children might be busy, but join some clubs or get some old elderly center. Spend time with friends. So that is really good for your brain because you can either talk about your old prime, whatever, anything to communicate. And the studies show that if you have social engagement, actually you lower the risk of dementia. So actually join up the Lions Club, for example, the lady clubs. I put down BMI also because a lot of older folks can join BMI if they have some business continue going. Hey, do that. Lots of friends. The key is you have more friends to go out with different clubs and maybe continue to meet more people and able to communicate. So net result, your social engagement can be going up. Not necessarily just got to eat because you're not meant to do that. You can actually walk together, walk a park together. You can do things together in a public place. So lots of people do that. And I saw a lot of people, Hong Kong people, they play chess on a park. Oh, that's really cool. So these are kind of things you do, or do volunteer work on a club basis. That all can be done. Okay. 各位朋友，好重要咧，要參加咧社會嘅交流，因為人咧係一個即係有社交嘅動物嚟噶嘛。咁我哋一定要去見多新嘅朋友啊，俾多時間大家。咁呢個咧係對你個腦咧係好好嘅，因為繼續 stimulate 呢啲東西。咁同埋咧好多 study 咧研究證明到咧，如果你繼續咧係做好多出去嘅社交活動咧，咁就能夠降低你個腦退化症風險嘅。咁當然啦，好多人就 join 咗獅子會啊，即係女士嘅會啊，或者做下 volunteer work 啊，不同嘅嘢。當你有呢樣嘢嘅時候咧，日日同人傾下偈咧，哇！你好正，因為咧到你60歲、65歲你退休啦，你咩唔做嘅時候，坐喺屋企咧唔正仔，亦都未必係可以同你係做到呢啲咁嘅嘢。但係如果你係有機會有獅子會或者不同嘅會係幫助你咧，係你能夠做下啲義工嘅服務咧，哇，好正，令佢每日咧都能夠你有社交嘅活動咧，你個腦退化症就會好少噶啦。嗱，當然 ，so really at the end of the day, stop smoking and no excessive alcohol become very important because drinking and smoking actually increase the risk of dementia. So what do you mean not drinking? I drink all the time. So the people you should in a day, if you drink 1 glass of beer or 12 ounces, which is 350 ml, or maybe 2 half and half, 1 in the morning, 1 at night, that's okay. This is moderate. But don't get 6-pack. That's a lot, okay? or you have a glass of wine, 2 glasses of wine. Every wine is 175 ml. The other night, dinner time, 75 ml. That's okay. But that's talking about 5 ounces per day. Now, it's actually not so good to drink a lot of hot liquor, but you really want to drink some hot liquor, not every day. If you can drink occasionally 45 ml, that's good. So you got to take a very small amount of liquor to be drinking and stop smoking, because all these will actually increase the risk of dementia. 嗱，各位堂友，記住，我哋希望你咧能夠唔好食煙啦，戒煙啦。第二樣嘢咧就唔好太多酒啦。嗱，酒咧其實咧，如果你係一日一餐飲200 ml， 下餐有200 ml 啤酒 OK。同埋如果飲 wine 咧75 ml， 一朝頭早即係晏晝餐或者係晚黑有75 ml 咁 fine 嘅，但係就唔好過量啦OK。咁如果你飲烈酒咧少啲更加好，因為烈酒係 burn 你個 liver 嘅，咁最好唔好飲啦。如果要飲咧就唔好多過45 ml OK。咁最好就唔好飲啦 OK。咁但係你知道咧，原來酒同埋煙咧都會影響你嘅咩健康個腦OK。Now, as I mentioned, you have to play more memory games, right? Earlier. So playing games can help your brain very healthy. You got to keep going, because games is something that you just keep going with the family. So you also give you more social interaction. So those are very good stuff, okay? So keep up your games, okay? Now, games also can have games that test your memory. For example, there are games that you have to put, things together so you know where to put it, or remember a card, what it is. So computer game is very good also. And you have, so attention, speed checking, flexibility, problem solving, all those can be through games. So games actually give you the decrease of potential risk of dementia. Now, especially if you know how to play mahjong, card game, chess, you got to figure in the next step. Those are very, very good stuff. So keep up those games, okay, to prevent the risk of dementia, okay? 嗱，各位朋友，因為咧，如果你係有機會去玩你嘅遊戲，咁你就降低咗腦退化嘅風險嘅。咁咩意思啊？嗱，因為當你係玩遊戲嘅時候咧，其實令到個腦咧係更加健康嘅。同埋咧，玩遊戲嘅時候咧，你仲可以仲有一樣嘢就增加咗你嘅社交生活喎，大家傾下偈喎。仲有咧，你係有機會咧係 test 下你個 memory 係咪 OK 咧，同埋繼續係訓練你個 memory 記啊嘛，係咪？機好多時有啲麻雀或者係 card game chess 好多你要記下，我又記咗 card 嗰啲。咁你越做多啲咧，咁你就可以做到好多嘅記憶嘅訓練啦。咁同埋仲有一樣咧，你玩尤其是依家好多電腦遊戲裏邊咧，又要你記嘢啦，又要記你要有個集中力、注意視力啦，仲要快捷啦，同埋能夠令到你有不同嘅問題要解決喺個 game 裏面啦。咁呢啲嘢咧，全部對你好事嘅，所以繼續去玩繼續去玩。Now, at the end of the day, what happened if your parents or yourself, maybe you would not know, by the way. This is something that I really make sure that you guys understand that. Because if you're thinking or you see your parents or friend start really getting fuzzy thinking, forgetful, and then really at the end of the day, they might have dementia. And this memory loss, not necessarily by age, but if they're dementia, and that will be something like they totally kind of forgot a word, got word all mixed up, no longer complete a daily task, misplaced items here and there. I can't find my keys every day. On top of that, they start putting keys in some strange place, like going to the icebox, put a key in the icebox, asking repeated questions over and over again, or keep saying that, oh, have you eaten rice yet? Or have you eaten dinner yet? 10, 15 times. A lot of diabetic patient has that, by the way, problem with that. And you walk around the neighborhood, you got lost and totally cannot come back. and then you cannot recognize how to get home. And then another very sad is many of them actually have severe mood and behavior change. They can be aggressive. They can also be very suspicious. Everybody, including your children. Matter of fact, I have one lady who have truly dementia, and she has diabetes also, and start accusing the son take all his money away. Is it true? No. And basically, anything they do, the maid, anything they do, they think that maid stealing the stuff. So and no longer the same good old nice lady anymore. So those are the really actual behavior change you can actually spot and see. Now with that, she will not tell you, oh, I think I need to see a doctor. She will not. You or children, friends need to take her to the doctors and need to take her to the doctor quickly so we can able to arrest the dementia. It won't get well, but at least don't get further bad. Okay, so that is the key message I want to leave you guys. Very sad. I have few patients has early sign, but the family did not pick up, and they wait. Things just got worse. And when it got so worse, then they talked to me. I said, wow, you need to see the doctor now. And it's really already like almost 6 months to a year away. So if they come back earlier, maybe things will not get bad. And the caring of the dementia person become very difficult because they're adult. They can walk out without you knowing. So end up, so everything you have to walk 24 hours care of this individual. On top of that, the behavior become very aggressive can be. They can beat up the wife. That's true. Or the husband, the wife beat up the husband. And I saw that before too. So all these can be a really not very nice thing to have. So you got to make sure to watch. 嗱，各位堂友，呢個係一個重點東西咧，我希望大家要注視嘅。如果你翻到你個屋企人或者你嘅朋友有呢個情況下咧，佢開始唔記得嘢，好糊塗啦開始，同埋咧佢係已經係又唔記得啦，又糊塗啦，咁佢跡象係好特別咧，係顯示出嚟咧，呢個就會係腦退化症嘅跡象。咁佢第一唔記得嘢。字又講出嚟已經係全部講錯晒，咁同埋咧已經係我 mix up 嘅，同埋仲有咧佢亦都做每一樣嘢，即係普通日常嘅生活咧做唔到任何咩嘅任務噶啦，同埋咧佢做啲嘢好怪嘅，譬如擺條鎖匙喺個雪櫃裏邊，同埋咧佢會 keep asking 一樣同樣嘅問題，食咗飯未啊？阿仔食咗飯未啊？揾你50次都得嘅，我有一個朋友就係咁啦，佢媽咪繼續問佢個仔好煩啊，媽你 OK 冇辦法，因為佢係真係腦退化唔記得 OK， 咁同埋咧仲有好多時咧就係佢行去屋企出邊，佢唔識翻屋企噶啦已經 OK， 亦都或者你同佢去街，佢都唔記得呢度係邊度。咁同埋咧仲有咧最大問題係好多呢啲人咧就開始有一個好唔同嘅。即係佢自己嘅 personality 轉埋嘅，同埋咧佢有好多不同嘅所謂叫mood 咧係會改變嘅，同埋佢自己出嚟咧係精神上啊、情緒上啊，全部係改變咗嘅。好多時咧就會話：你偷走嗰啲嘢啊！佢話俾個仔聽：你偷咗好多錢啊！或者話俾工人聽：你攞咗好多嘢啊！其實係咪咧？唔係。但係佢哋係睇唔到，亦都感覺唔到，好亂。咁呢個咧，你就要快脆係帶呢個病人咧係去睇醫生，因為咧希望喺醫生嘅喺個診治上咧係能夠控制繼續差。如果唔係咧，你一路落去咧係只係治療差，佢唔翻轉頭係只係差落去啫。咁所以變咗嚟講咧，早發現就早去醫治咧係好過咧你1年後，因為我見到太多 cases 咧。啲屋企人唔知道係做乜，咁就以為佢係老啫，咁但係 end up 咧，其實去到好耐啦，咁你先能夠去做醫治咧，係會好困難。咁希望各位唔會喺呢度啦，如果喺呢度咧，早啲發現，早啲帶去睇醫生。 So I hope this message, in a sense that if they're really truly early stage, starting this sign of dementia, go get them to see doctor, because they can be pre-diabetic, diabetic, could be even not quite diabetes, but they are pre-diabetic stage. They also can have that happen. So, but more so if they have diabetes, even more. So make sure they can really get treated early by the medical profession, so you cannot get worse, because I saw too many people get worse, and it's really hard to handle, very hard for a family, a lot of pressure. So in conclusion, as you know, if you are pre-diabetic and diabetes, you start noticing you have some memory change, okay? And as you become older, so you start placing keys. I forgot my keys somewhere. I don't know where the key is. Cannot remember the right word, especially during the conversation. I forgot what I said just now. Are these really truly dementia or not dementia? And I distincted the two. If you can continue to remember a language and you can able to resolve things in a day, no problem. And you can remember your experience, and you just misplace 1 or 2 times, those are not dementia. But if you are a person really have dementia, you have behavioral change and really messed up words, cannot remember, those are dementia, which you need truly medical attention. But get your brain sharper, you can do several things. One, you gotta have proper dieting, exercise, weight control to control your blood sugar, to control your blood pressure and cholesterol. With that, certainly will help you to drink LOWSUTEA, help you lower the 3 high. Then you can completely make you sure you are continue to be healthy. Now, remember, everyone, as your normal age, dementia not supposed to be there. Now, you have dementia, then you really have to be treated. So make sure you continue to be healthy living, control your blood sugar, cholesterol, blood pressure, and exercise. That will definitely help you a lot. Now, certainly, to do that, you have to have good dieting, drink a LOWSUTEA, exercise 10,000 steps per day, 4 times a week. The weight control continues to stay below 23 BMI. Those are the things that you got to do. However, you still need to do mentally exercise. How do you do that? So you got to learn about new skill set, learn about new games, memory games. Those are the stimulating job that you have to do. You also have to increase your social gathering, communication, so you can continue to able to get more and more friends to talk to you. More friends, you decrease chance of dementia. You also need to stop smoking, and you have to not drink a lot of alcohol and play more memory games. Like, for example, mahjong, chess game, card game. Those are good stuff. But last but not least, the key message here too is, if you friends, relatives, dementia, they will not know how to go to see medical doctors. They would not know to tell you, oh, can you tell me, can you help me to get the doctor? They will not. You need to help them. So I hope that when you see this person has really truly have some sign of dementia, you got to get them to be seeing doctors to help them to arrest that continued dementia. And that will be very, very important. Okay, I hope that will help everybody to better understand the two differences. 嗱，各位朋友，今日咧講好多嘢，好重要嘅。第一，如果係前期患病或者糖尿患病者咧，最重要咧就係當你老啲嘅時候，你未必一定有腦退化症嘅。其實好多老人家，就算係糖尿病或者前期患病，如果管理得好咧，佢唔會有腦退化症。譬如 for example， 我唔覺意唔記得咗鎖匙喺邊度1、2次，又唔記得講啲乜嘢，依個都唔係嘅。因為如果腦退化症嘅時候咧，你係好亂啦，唔記得點翻屋企啦， 又唔記得你人名啦，咁嗰白嘢出現咧，嗰啲就係啦，咁嗰啲咧就一定要見醫生嘅嚇，咁唔係咧就你就會好大問題啦。咁但係點能夠令到你個腦筋更加清醒、更加叻、更加尖鋭？咁個 tips 就係第一，你要係繼續努力喺個食材方面管理啦，要 exercise 啦，要運動啦，你個磅數要能夠控制啦 ，BMI under 23啦，咁仲有咧要飲去糖茶。當然真係如果你普通腦咧，你唔應該有呢個腦嘅退化症嘅。但係如果你係真係有呢樣嘢，你真係要見醫生。咁我亦都講咗唔同嘅腦退化症嘅時候咧，你會真係好大嘅即係 behavior change 嘅，即係唔記得人、唔記得名，仲要打人或者鬧人，或者好友成日都話誒嗰日偷我啲嘢啊。咁呢個咧就可能真係有呢個情況出現啦。OK， 咁但係如果你係繼續係自己可能夠降低咗你嘅血糖、膽固醇同埋血壓，再加排毒咧，咁你繼續係點去做呢樣嘢啊？咁我一定要喺diet方面去控制啦 ，exercise 每日行1萬步啦，亦都可以做到呢啲咁嘅東西咧。咁你就可能夠令到身體繼續健康喎。咁同埋咧，你係要做啲咩添咧？原來要做啲好有腦嘅刺激嘅事啦。For example， 學computer 嘅東西啦，要用腦啦，同埋咧我係要好多社交上嘅聯繫啦，同埋仲有咧就係我可以能夠戒煙啦，同埋飲少酒啦，同埋咧就玩多啲記憶嘅遊戲。記憶遊戲就係玩卡啊、象棋啊，呢全部係好嘢嚟嘅。OK， 咁如果真係有個腦退化症嘅跡象出現咧，即係 behavior change， 又唔記得嘢，又亂晒龍講嘢，咁呢個咧就希望咧你一定去見醫生嘅。So today I hope that we provide you, all of you, a good idea of what is dementia and what is not dementia, just typical age, elderly, aging might not necessarily dementia, but some occasional misplace like heat, that's okay. But on the other hand, also one thing pointed out is even your pre-diabetic diabetes, you can have very healthy memory, will not move into dementia if you can continue to maintain your good blood sugar, cholesterol, and blood pressure. And certainly that will be a healthy living. I hope I answer some of these, I hope clarify some of the understanding what is a dementia and what is a healthy elderly brain. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask and I can help you to answer. I appreciate you actually came in and spent 1 hour with me to listen to the wonderful message might potentially help many of your friends, could be elderly parents or grandparents. That would be totally very, very good for everybody. So are there any questions? I can help everybody to good. Thank you very much. Edwina, appreciate you provide I hope to help you guys to understand what is the issue that as we get older has to face. But I think if we can live healthily, that will be wonderful. Okay. Well, if there's no question, I appreciate your time again. And thank you very much. Thank you for people all over the world, from Hawaii, from Hong Kong, from Los Angeles, from Vancouver, from Philippines, everybody. I appreciate your time to listen to my webinar. I hope it helps. I hope that it can help you alert you a little bit more. And maybe with that, you can help your friends and relatives. Thank you again. Have a nice weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.